Good morning. It's Good Friday. It's Easter. It's another outdated religious holiday. Yay! I have an important message today about liminality. If you don't know what liminality is, have a quick Google of it. But basically, liminality is something that we use to describe storylines. So in a novel or in a story, there's a protagonist and they go through some shit. And liminality is that place in the middle when they are processing the shit and the conclusion has not happened yet. And in life, we often are in liminal spaces. And the entire world right now is in a really big liminal space, everyone. It's the place before the conclusion has come. The shit is happening, has happened, and it's before we have come to the lesson at the end. And I do believe there will be a lesson at the end of this, many. So I want to talk about being comfortable in liminality because with all of my family shit and, being homeless briefly a few years ago, I have done a lot of work around liminality and what that looks like and how to feel comfortable when we don't have the answers yet. And I also want to talk about the 3 things that Australia can do now. We have 3 courses of action that we can take. We've gotten ourselves a little bit of breathing room with the current lockdown and how everything's going. So there's 3 courses of action. I was reading about them late last night. The first one is that we keep this lockdown going in the hope that we can extinguish this until there is a vaccine. And I feel like that is a bit of a crazy, I know Gladys Berejiklian or whatever her name is in New South Wales said this is what she's going to do, but I just don't know if we can pause the economy for 6 to 12 to 18 months and wait for a vaccine. I think that sounds insane. So that's method 1. Method 2 is that we get herd immunity, which is very risky, and the science is still out on whether that's a good way to go. Basically, the problem with version 1 is we're going to have people dying from domestic violence and from depression and from lack of work. And we need to, Emily, liminality, look it up, babe, because Wikipedia will explain it a lot more than I am. But yeah, basically, we're going to have some serious health issues from locking down for 6 to 12 months. We're going to have suicides. People who live alone are already suiciding in the UK. So can you please check on your friends who live alone, including me? Because, we need to weigh up the deaths from the virus versus the deaths from keeping everyone locked down. What is worse? What are we willing to do here? So that's one of the courses of action. The other one is herd immunity, and as anyone who's been researching that knows, that the science is out on whether that's a good idea. Apparently, if we let it run rampant, 30 to 50% of people will get it, and there will be more deaths, and we don't know how that'll play out. And then the third option is doing some sort of controlled release from the lockdown. So Italy is at this point now where Italy has gone over the peak of their infections and they are trying to work out how to restart the economy. Like, how are we going to do this, you guys? We're going to decide certain industries have more can start earlier, certain areas, like how are we actually going to restart the economy, and then we're going to have waves of infection. Okay, and I don't know if anyone's seen the article that's come out that some people in Korea were cleared from the virus, cured apparently, and they've become reinfected. So this is still a moving part. We don't have all the science, everybody. And this is where we're at. We're in a liminal space. So for those who've just tuned in, I'm talking about being comfortable in a liminal space. In the space before you have all the answers. We don't have the conclusions yet. So we don't know what's going to happen. And we have to be okay with that not knowing. I just also want to talk about the meme that's talking about if you don't come out of this with a fucking new skill, you're not disciplined enough. Can I just fuck that shit right off? Like, fuck that shit. That is so fucking privileged, it makes my skin crawl. Yeah? A lot of people are facing bankruptcy, their entire business closing, being evicted, not being able to pay their home loan, having to homeschool, having their everything they've built over 15 years fall apart. So if you really think that you're just not disciplined enough to get a new fucking skill during this time, then that's your privilege talking. Yeah? If anyone is daunted by homeschooling next week, I would like to offer my help. This is not a time to, say shit like that. Yeah? Everyone is doing the best that they can. And we're all gonna swap turns at being optimistic and fearful and terrified and excited. So just allow people where they're at, yeah? And don't shame them for not having the reality that you might have, which could be ongoing work, no kids, comfy house. Like, come on, everyone. I am really annoyed at the conversations I've seen from that meme be posted. People are not tuned in to what other people are going through right now. Anyway, that was my little bitch at the end there, but wanted to say just be comfortable with where we're at. 3 courses of action. We'll know more in a month. So we can't do anything except garden and keep the wheels rolling however you can. And if that means giving your kids a fucking iPad all day, then you fucking do that. You have permission. Yeah, you're doing a great job, parents. All right, that's it from me. Have a good Friday. Eat a hot cross bun if you got one. Bye.